So good evening, one and all present here. I start with the topic that is how India is economically rising at a very high pace and continuously expanding in the economic culture. Why this has happened, and what are the sectors that are booming day by day, and what are the key sectors that the government focuses on, and we are expanded in that. So India is considered as the fourth largest economy in the world. That is not good for us. It is historic because we didn't expect that we are that much high. From fifth to fourth position, we jumped up, and yes, we can enhance more. Still there are some issues that we are lacking behind, but we gradually work on that and improve the situations day by day, so that because india if India's policies and the rules regulations, whatever the government does, are really working, that's why we are shifting to the position from fifth to fourth. That is very nice. So there are some key points that India is now focusing on. First of all, digital transformation. First we shift to the UPI, to the digital India. Now we all have a particular ATM and used ATMs, machines, everything that is digitally going to happen, so that we can earn a lot more. And yeah, it's an easy and quick method. Okay, there are so many workers who don't have a great knowledge related to digital things, but still they use that just by quick and learning method. That what every country wants. Okay, that is a skill. Okay, understanding skill. If you have an understanding skill, then definitely you are ready to learn and you have to curious to learn. That is India's people are. Okay, they are accepting the things, that newly things, and yes, with a sense of curiousness, that brings the situation very easy. Okay, now the street vendors and lot of people who don't know the word English or the English vocabulary or the any type of education they gain ever, but they still use that. That means that it is not directly linked to the education. It is directly linked to the how people are ready to learn and get a skill. Okay, that's why we are supposed to get training centers, so that they join and learning new skills. For example, now the country wants something that is also work on the basis of the information technologies, technological sector. Now the machines are shifted to automatic machines, so now the workers should be skilled. Now the unskilled workers are doesn't need it in any work. So that's why skilled workers, if unskilled workers are ready to learn and curious to know, then how country drastically change into a economically high level. It is very simple. Okay, next thing I want to say that yes, focusing on the railways, roadways, and the infrastructure is also a very key point, because nowadays if we in India, if we want to reach to a far place, we can get various methods. Like there are so many ports here, there are so many railway stations. In every 10 minutes or 30 minutes we get a train to reach anywhere. So that is a plus point for us. Okay, and in very accommodation price, it's not like high. Okay, that you can't afford. It is very easy. Even you, I think so, from railways you can get easily from one position to another position at a very 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 reasonable price. That is a plus point of our government structure, and yes, the Indians plus point. Okay, so that is the thing. That is the main thing, that we expand the infrastructure, and now the government focusing on the infrastructure, because we know that the transportation and the connectivity is very essential for the growth of like India country, who is now at the age of transforming. Okay, now it is considered to be transforming country. Okay, so that is also one key point. And third thing is we are now focusing on education, transforming sectors. Now we are not on the basis of teaching things normally, or we are now focusing on the practical way, practical approaches, so that even books are getting renewed, so that the education is still rechanged and reshaped and still working on new things. Okay, that is very important. Okay, when you are in a country like who is economically getting higher. Okay, so that's also a plus point. We are investing in a health sector, we are investing in education sector. And fourth, last point but not the least, because it is the booster booster for the country like India. Because entrepreneurship, actually entrepreneurs are very essential when you are, when you don't, when you are suffering with the unemployment problem. And now the country demanded that self help, means you have to, you are not want, now you don't have a choice to work in a company, now you have to do your own work. Okay, so now the country works that you have to develop the business, okay, start the business. So that's why new startups are going start on in the country like that. Many favorite so like whatever it's food, street food, or new things, or adapting new cultures, and bring the oldest forms into a new recreative form, and also manage the things very beautifully, that is lacking behind in the earlier times. Okay, now we make the things and catch up the things, that is very important. So this is also very important. Now we are focusing on the entrepreneurship, new startup, so that so that we help the people, we bring we give employment to other people, because unemployment rate is getting higher with the population. India is one of the first country who is getting, one of the first nahi, India is on the first right now at the population structure. Okay, because now India's population is higher, so that's why unemployment rate is also getting high. So that is also um, degrading, that we are suffering from unemployment. Mainly every third person who is, even we are mainly the guys who does elementary education, 10th and 12th, and get graduation as well, still they are facing job unemployment. That is a thing that is to be depressed. Okay, because a person who getting so much degrees is still unemployed, means what is lacking behind. And yes, jobs are providing, but the lacking behind is that skills, they are not skilled workers. So that's why we are focusing on education sector. We need more level of changes in the colleges education, and the reforms in the ways of using it. Okay, that's all. And that's why India is economically uprising. And yeah, the strategies, how can I forget that the finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman, and there are so many ministers who working day and night to make that particular structure, particular policies and tax system, so that we introduce or we manage the system beautifully, and we also get economically higher. Okay, but still we are suffering, the prices are getting higher. And yeah, the middle class people and the low class people have to, what they really have a tough time. Okay, most of the people are not getting earned, and most of the people are unemployed. So it's very tough. It is like cut to cut competition as well in the government sector. Like when the population is high, it is a huge amount of competition. Okay, but it's not in India, it is in every country. There is still same competition exists, but yes, in India it is higher. It's okay, maybe that's why we are focusing on that, introducing new things, because every person has their new creative idea, so they bring up. And there are so many missions that introduced by government of India. Like when you start up a new thing, you have an idea, and you want some money or you want some loans, so entrepreneurial loans are also provided by the bank to support that. This is also a good point for the persons who want to start their ideas or want to work in that. Okay, so that is the support behind government related to introduce new activities and bring new education. Thank you so much.